It's tabletop time.
Dave.
Jazza.
Jen.
Amari.
L.
And today we are role-playing
And playing roles,
in a game called LUCEVERA with a game called Gateway Roleplay.
which is in development, but actively currently in development.
And
So
if,
smooth.
if you were in our Twitch chat, you would have heard me trying to explain some of the new rules we're working on while Murray constantly interrupted and made silly faces.
And we also, you would have been enjoying us on Twitch complaining about how a lot of the functions of armor class work in D&D, which
Yeah.
Gateway Roleplay solves. They do.
And
But-
swearing to our heart's content.
That's true.
Only in the Twitch part, though, now that we
Yeah.
have to be polite.
Now we're
Which, if you catch us live, you can.
Catch us live and hear us swear like sailors.
Guys, guess how many viewers we have?
16.
No.
How many?
3.
420.
69. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
Only
Wow.
when Rob's here.
Wow. Rob made the 69.
That's the pi number.
Well, there's actually 73.
Thanks,
So,
Rob.
all right.
4 people leave. No, don't. Come back, come back.
So, in last week's episode, you guys had a bit of fun. What did you do?
Oh, yeah.
Take it away.
Shall
Maestro.
Yeah, let's do a brief
Okay.
little recap and then we'll get into it.
We bring the dead body from our battle, the mayor's husband, back to her and return her husband's axe. Lorenzo dreams of the gem turning into his father's face and of the word divide, which when he wakes, he split. Look, listen, my updates are biased towards Lorenzo's experience. This is
skipped a
my
little bit
journal.
there.
This is my journal, okay?
know you wrote
You
fan
look at me
fiction.
for the recap, it's Lorenzo's experience. Deal with it.
It's his lens.
Which when he wakes, he splits his sketchbook in half. When he goes to draw, he sees Bianca's message, not knowing it's her. And I drew a little picture. You want to see my picture?
Yes, please. For
Hang
sure.
on. All right, hang on. Oh, I got it. Yeah. All right, this is my
Whoa.
this is my
Oh,
new
the face.
This is my new my ink bottle.
Oh.
Says divide on the top there. It's Daddy's face. I decided he has a mustache when I drew the ink bottle. There's also like a skull on the other side.
Divide, Daddy.
And then this is the message in my sketchbook. Divide, Daddy. That says some people deserve.
Divide, Daddy, multiply,
Can you
mummy.
see I'm reading your heartfelt message.
Read
And you're ruining it. This was so poignant. This was so poignant. It says some people. I'm just put on the emotional music.
Okay, now I'm serious.
Oh, that joke has so many
Right.
layers. It's great.
It says some people
Like Dad.
deserve to follow their dreams. Okay.
That dad is a lot older than I pictured Lorenzo's dad. He's very like,
He looks like the dad from Playing
The
the Chance
hard
of
thing
Meatballs.
is, he probably, like, it's going to be a very warped face because it has to be like wrapped around an ink bottle.
I was going for Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka vibes.
Yeah.
How do you comfortably
Every week,
pick that
every
bottle up?
goddamn week.
It's like from like the neck, which is above the head, which is weird, but
If I designed it, he would have had his mouth open on both sides and your hands would have held in the mouth. Like,
or would it be like the neck of the bottle's up here? It's like, oh.
No. Definitely your fingers go in the mouth on either side.
So emotional. It was a very emotional experience. Okay, there you go. Are we going to behave now?
Yes.
It's impossible. I don't know what's happened in the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
but
All you
I
need to
barely know
know
what happened
is
last
We
week.
got all twitchy.
that's true. We did.
That's what happened.
And then what happened?
everyone else just did their own thing.
Didn't
I think
you break
we
a table?
argued about how where we're going to go, and
feather.
there was discussion as to staying again with Nanny DeVito.
And then the
Leo?
DM shoved you out of the town by the shoulders and
Yes.
pushed you on
Yeah,
the road.
pretty much.
We are on the road. Who's injured? I'm injured. Just me. Okay. All right. Cool.
Wait, I thought we finished
Still
with
just you.
Lorenzo's dream. Are we on the road?
Yeah, we finished with Lorenzo's dream. It's the morning of.
It's the morning, and you've destroyed a table.
I didn't destroy.
You just slashed through
It
it.
sliced through the length of the book, so there's just like a slice down the middle. Lorenzo would have like placed
New
the
drainage.
table dressings like over it.
Strategically.
Just tried to hide it.
Yeah.
Put some
Okay.
throw pillows on
It
there.
is something
Put a
he just
doily
can't-
over it.
He feels guilty, but he can't bring himself to explaining
I'm
it.
more than happy to fast track the thank yous, goodbyes, and
Yeah.
just get on the road.
I think.
Cool.
Bianca keeps her horse
Double time.
away from Danny later, just in case
Well,
she changes her mind.
You paid in full. It's all good.
Yeah.
And you head on, journeying north for the day.
I think we insist Lorenzo sits in the cart,
I
Yes.
think Lorenzo agrees to
and
this.
Elio can sit on the horse with me.
I'm going to miss her cooking, says Ilio. It was
soup.
almost as good as Amelie's.
Almost.
Oh,
Just don't tell Emily
that's
that.
quite a claim.
The trundling of the road goes by as the trees and forests of the background slowly disappear to land that has been forested, stumped, cleared for agriculture. And as the day winds on, fields and farms that are settled near rivers and brooks and streams all fade away in favor of large rolling plains. Just big fields, massive fields. And across various areas, you can see large flocks of cattle and sheep being driven around by their shepherds and handlers on this. It's sort of like an open steppe area, fairly slightly more yellowish and dry than a lot of the rest of the surrounds you've traveled through. Not dry, just more dry. It's a plains. And the grass kept low by lots of cattle. You move past a smaller number of hamlets. It seems this area, they're more ranches than clusters of farmhouses. So they're like larger properties that have, guest houses attached, not clustered. Just
What is a hamlet?
it's sort of a very
by
small
Shakespeare.
town.
Yeah.
It's a very small town that is smaller than what you'd really call a town. Now you'd almost
Okay.
call it a co-op. What would
Okay.
happen is, like, let's say you had 6 farms. They'd all build the houses together, but the farmland would all spread out in 6
okay.
directions. So they'd cluster their buildings together for community. So
See,
they'd be close.
I knew it was linked to farms, and I was thinking of like piglets and ham and little hamlets.
So, back in the day, medieval era travel, whatever, most
Yeah.
of history, you wouldn't go more than an hour without walking. In populated territory, you'd be walking. This idea of traveling for days without going through towns is nonsense. It would be like hamlet, town. So, because all the land was being used, or this is on roads, obviously. If you just walk into the wilderness, you can definitely walk for a day.
Yeah.
But so you are on a road, so there are lots of little hamlets. Cool. And the day wears on, traveling at a fairly slow speed, I'm assuming, to take care of everyone.
I'm being watchful for any more ambushes on the road. Ever vigilant.
And as you crest over the hill, over a gentle hill, and look down into a fairly large valley, you see a cloud of dust spurred at the back of a big group of cattle, like a massive group of cattle that are moving around. And the whole area's just got a bit of a dusty vibe to it. And in the middle of this valley, right down the bottom, there's a little stream, not a huge river, just a stream that runs through this area, right through the bottom of the valley. And there's a town, it's a medium-sized town, even bigger than the one you were just in, which wasn't huge, but bigger than Vico. But it's like a rancher's town. You can see already from this distance, big stockyards, areas for like lots of carriages. There's a big stable, place for people that come and buy and sell stock, and then transport it off to their farms all over the duchy, you would assume, or
Is
the
this
county.
Appley that we were heading towards?
You are in the county of
Hamlet town.
Appley.
County
this,
of Appley,
This
okay.
is, you've picked up from the previous town that the next major town to the north is called Midsboro.
Midsboro.
And this is Midsboro.
Cool.
And you descend into town.
Are there any, there was a sort of vibe we were met with when we got through the last town. Is there any sort of vibe in this one, or not really?
As you start to get closer to people, they seem to regard you with little interest. They don't seem friendly or unfriendly. They just don't care. They're going about their day unless you grab anyone's attention. They all seem to be fairly, maybe a little bit hardier, not than the lumberjacks, but as you get further from Allegrano, you're seeing more workman style approaches. And this definitely has a ranch as cattle farmer, but specifically, cattle is the main thing they do here.
Not
But yeah.
getting as much animosity vibes for the Cavalier as we did in the last place.
About time. Should we find an inn?
I think somewhere to rest for a few days if people wouldn't mind. I am sore and sorry.
Yes.
That's
We
fair.
need to be patched up, I think.
Also, the denizens here are about 80% cows, slightly less judgmental than
Wow.
people.
You cannot say that about people, Arvin.
What, that they're more judgmental than cattle?
Cows! It's a joke. Sorry, my mother used to call people cows
see.
all the time.
You'll keep working on it.
I'm going to ignore that. Let's find somewhere, shall we?
As you get closer into the town, you notice a few peculiarities, mainly that the streets are much wider than those you've seen before. They seem to be spaced so that you can drive large numbers of cattle even through the main streets, through the stockyard. So those main thoroughfares, the buildings are all, it's a very spread out town. But as you go down this main street, literally there's a Y intersection as the road you're on goes forward and then it splits like a Y. And right at the center of that Y, you see from your current experiences, quite a decent sized tavern / even maybe hotel, you'd consider it. It's a saloon style building, wide at the front. It's 2 stories tall. And, it's got that nice render as you draw up the main street and get close.
And it has a stable, did you say?
No, there is
Oh,
a
no.
stable
Oh,
at
there
the
is a
edge of
stable.
town.
Okay.
There's places to hitch your animals on the road, so
Okay.
you can just hitch out the front if you just want to go in temporarily. But as you head up and see the sign, this one doesn't have a hanging bar sign. It has a wooden board above the entrance. And on that board, you see that there is sort of a silver feed trough. And then there is a man bowing, but he seems to be bowing into the feed trough. And it's called the Cattleman's Trough. And the picture is amusing. It's done as if like there's a man bowing, but he's bending down
It's
and
a
eating
picture.
food out of
There's
the
a
trough.
statue.
No, it's a picture on the board. It's painted. It's painted on the sign.
You did say that, but I
It's painted on the sign. Like all good taverns have the painted sign.
like it.
It's
like it.
It's a man like bowing to like 30 degrees or whatever and chewing food out of a trough.
Sorry, what
And it
was it
says the
called?
Cattleman's Trough.
the cattleman's trough.
Yeah.
Cattleman?
I'm very sorry to say that this is where I would normally offer my services to people for accommodating me. But once again, we enter a town and I haven't a silver to my name.
You don't have any money from all our looting.
Well, I got the armor, the apron, with all the money I had, which may have been the thing that kept me alive, but also I'm not unharmed, so...
If we pay for him, though, we have to pay double, don't we?
But then he gets to pay off some of his debt.
How does that work?
Because the money doesn't disappear.
So if we pay double, we're giving him half and we're paying the tavern keep the other
No,
half.
my
Hang on.
Yep.
debt.
His debt.
Mechanically, that's how it works.
Mechanically, that's how it works. But yes. I've not been particularly
XC.
strict on the accommodation costs.
He lives that luxurious life, so he costs double.
A man spread.
Uh-huh.
When I'm injured.
Well, why don't we just go
Only
in?
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if they're nice first, shall we?
You swing open the door. It is the sun is sort of going down.
Howdy, Pot.
There,
totally would.
there are a lot of workers in here with broad brim hats all posted up at the bar with tankards, drinking. There's tables are all full. The place is pretty busy. And you can push your way up to the front of the bar. You see a man, rather large-looking man with very hairy arms, with rolled-up white sleeves, and he's got a big bushy moustache. And he looks across the table bar and says, "What can I get you?"
Why are we looking at Leonie? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everyone's
Also,
eyes
she's
was on
on
me.
the
That was
screen.
really embarrassing.
You charged in. You're in front.
Hello.
We would like a room for a night, maybe two. How?
I encouragingly
even
give
have a room?
Leonie the thumbs up.
We're very booked.
Yeah, they all say that.
Do they?
Yeah.
You must travel a lot.
We do.
We're very booked except for the suite.
Oh,
What's the suite?
yeah. We probably
The
could.
corner room overlooks the intersection.
How? One. How much? Two. How many bodies does it fit?
The suite, it's-
Live body. Jeez.
your lot easily could fit in there. Maybe 10 people, 2 rooms, living space. It's sort of a novelty that we've got here that not many places have. It's 10 silver for the night.
Well, how many is our party? We got us 4.
Yep.
Libero.
Elio.
Ilio's not
Is
paying.
there is there
Celeste.
Go work.
Lady. What are we at? 9?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that 8?
Yeah.
I wasn't counting.
I wasn't
We're
paying
not
it.
gonna do this.
thereabouts?
Okay, so it's
Okay.
all like a silver and a bit.
Yeah.
We can do that.
You got this.
Is anyone in any other rooms be unoccupied later if we were to switch for more days? Does that make sense?
He pulls out a ledger, some parchment.
You are doing God's
down
work.
What is God?
He looks
Who
confused.
is that?
Remember, religion is a no-no.
No.
Okay.
I think the suite is fine.
Maybe for one night.
We
but
deserve a little bit of, you know.
I hate to be burdened. I could stay in the stables.
no, you need to rest.
No,
How are you going to
need
heal in the
cleanliness.
stables? Do you have healers around here?
Not really.
Oh.
Healers.
Oh, what?
Like a
Word.
physician.
Yeah.
There's a doctor, yes.
Okay. Nearby?
He might be dealing with the cows.
Ooh, the cows? Tell me more.
Well, he sometimes gets asked by farmers who are very sentimental to look at their animals as well.
Oh,
He probably treats as many animals as he does humans.
oh, I thought there was something like a quest in that reaction, so I
A
thought I
quest?
just... Anyway,
the quest?
What do you mean a quest?
never mind.
She means a question.
Boy, give us a beer! Come on, mate, hurry up! You want the room or not?
Yes, we
Yes.
will take the room for one night. I have one more question for you, sorry, sir. What is the job opportunities like here?
There's hard work for laborers
Sick.
this time of year.
Fantastic.
Low
Wait,
paying work.
fantastic. How do I
Say low
sign
paying.
up? Do they have like a board or something?
Silver, room, I'll get your key. Boy! And there's like a 14-year-old runs around and he's got a tray of mugs and he's like, serve these customers! And he starts serving them and he goes off and gets you a room key, a little stack of like linens on a tray.
I give
hands them to
Leonie
you.
a tiny pat and go, very
Upstairs.
well done.
Who pays?
Yeah, who's paying? I can pay, but...
I'll pay.
10 silver.
Okay.
Lorenzo's like,
Gone.
Yeah.
I just basically want to know if there's like a bulletin board if I have to go ask people.
We don't usually find a rancher, I don't know.
Oh, okay, sick.
where are your quests, sir?
And then he kind of fobs you off.
Side quests,
Okay.
please.
So, sorry, another mechanical question, but Leonie also has to pay double. Is that right? I don't understand how we do this.
We're not worrying about it for accommodation.
Oh, okay. So we just
splitting
pay
it and
the
everything's
10.
a nightmare. Just pay 10.
Okay, so should I give you money?
You can get the next night.
Okay, cool.
Go upstairs. We throw all like crap in the room.
I should get hard to work
Sleeping.
resting.
So everyone
Correct.
sort of heads up to the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard at work, resting,
Yes, sir.
not sneaking out and doing manual labor.
I have no intention. I am actually
Good.
very weary.
All right, on the bed.
So you open the
check those bloody
door,
wounds.
you climb upstairs, and upstairs there are actually several paintings on the walls. They're
Suddenly wide awake.
yeah. Hey, let me dress this setting. Let me dress this setting. So as you go up, there's actually several paintings on the walls. All of them are really, really surprisingly well done landscape pictures of like the development of the town over the years, where someone's like sat on a hill and drawn the township as it's grown.
Ah, yeah.
That's so cool.
And it's got like a drawing of like the tavern when it was first erected up the main street. You can see the town's quite different. It's much smaller. And then you open the door to the suite, which is quite obvious which one it is. And inside, it's quite nicely appointed. You wouldn't call it luxurious, but for this would definitely be equivalent to staying at like in the guest rooms of a low noble in a small town. So it's very well appointed, clearly for traveling nobility, etc., to have a place to stay.
Like
Perfect.
one proper bed and there's like cots.
No, there's
or-
2 full bedrooms with proper beds, and I mean down
wow.
beds, which is like what? So proper mattresses, like those huge, thick down mattresses, like 4-poster beds. Big enough. Each one's big enough to probably sleep like 4 or 5 people in them, because they're those really wide, like old school ones. But then the central room is like a sitting or drawing room. There's 2 like lounges. There's a table. There's like a tea set and everything. It's all
Rolly,
set up.
right.
Say there's a
Comfortable
TV.
Tea set. Yeah.
It's got Netflix. It's got
Yeah. Bianca lets out like what can only be like a sigh of relief. She's like, finally. And she begins to put things down on a bed.
Very comfortable.
This is honestly pretty nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, we certainly needed it. So let's attend to anyone who's still busy bleeding.
Your NPCs begin to claim territory and move around the place.
like villages.
They spread out. Oh, guess already.
I get it. Open the door.
Why do we keep letting her go in front?
She's too fast.
The door swings open slightly, and you see a man. He's sort of already casually leaning against the door frame, like fiddling with a coin, flipping it through his fingers as he waits for someone to answer the door.
Hello.
He looks up at you.
Looks up.
Yeah, he was looking down at his hand, and he kind of
sure.
like looks up at you, and he says,
Oh, art!
"You are the lady that was downstairs at the bar, loudly talking about quests, yes?"
What's the vibe I get from this guy?
You have to
Make an intuition check.
He looks like Flynn Rider.
He does.
I love him.
Wood bang.
Put it away, fourth wing.
Wait.
No, it's in like the wooden door. She bangs the wooden door in his face, right? Right?
Bangs
Guys?
the wood.
Wood bang door.
Oh.
Oh, that's his name.
1. Yeah.
Nice.
What are you rolling?
Intuition.
Eek.
He seems very intriguing. Just chill for a second. So you can see as an engineer that he actually has several like tool belts and contraption, like little gadgetry and little like pouches, and it looked like worksman tools.
Sorry, how old is he?
That's a great question. How old is he? He looks older than you.
Okay, I won't make it a joke then. Go on.
He probably looks. Look, it's hard in medieval times to say what age is.
Sure.
He's prime adult.
Oh,
So he doesn't
okay,
look like
sure.
you,
He is.
but he doesn't look.
Maybe more
Sorry, what?
Bianca's sort of age or Arvin?
I
We're all
would
quite
say
young.
older. That you're all quite young. You're all
okay.
you're all like 20, right? Roughly on either side of it.
Yeah.
He's more prime adult. He's not quite old yet.
Okay, all right, sick.
So
Okay.
he sort of looks up at you, as I said, and he says, "Come with me, get a drink, you know."
Okay.
Can I roll my hand?
Are you even make a acuity check to see if you're even paying attention?
I
There's-
feel like if there
You're
was someone
setting
knocked
up-
on the door, I would be
if
looking.
you're in a hotel room with 9 people setting up a hotel room, picking beds and stuff, and then
Okay.
someone says, "I'll get it," and goes to the door, you're not necessarily going to expect
As
something
if you're
back.
not busy claiming the biggest bed.
There's some puffy pillows. Challenge level 1.
Hey-o.
Challenge
That's a
level 1.
really
It's
good
easy,
point.
easy.
What am I rolling? Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lost Archives. Thank you for the raid.
Thank
Hello.
you and welcome new viewers.
We have alerts kind of quieted right now if you're wondering why nothing's happening.
Hope you
but,
had a good stream. Welcome.
Yeah.
Acuity.
While the dice check. Yeah, acuity.
it
Challenge
off.
level's only 1.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so you do notice.
Yeah.
And
Over here.
do you overhear what's happening? Do you head over to the door?
Yes.
You raided Jazza. You did raid Jazza.
Hey.
I'm going to march over and put out a hand to stop Leonie just running off with this strange man.
Okay.
And I'm going to say,
And the Cavalier of the Crown at the same time.
hello. Sorry, we've just arrived and we're kind of in the middle of settling in.
I'm not.
Is this urgent?
Like, I'm free.
It's not urgent. I just had a solution for this charming young Kajetti woman, and I thought she might want to join me for a drink.
Right now.
Ooh.
It is the time for a drink, is it not?
What is the time?
It's like 6 o'clock sundown.
Is the evening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this was day.
That's why the tavern's so busy.
Did you want to join us?
Look at Leonie.
Hard cut to Bianca looking out the window at the time.
He looks at Leonie and he says, "You are an adult, yes?
Yes.
Who can make her own decisions?"
Yes.
He starts walking
Good
down
ones?
the stairs.
Okay, bye, everyone. I just walked out. She stops me.
And that's
Okay.
the last we've ever see of her.
Did you leave your stuff? I'll bags you a bed. I guess. Are we doing that here?
And Leonie follows.
Jim's like, just get to flirt with the DM.
As
There's a prime adult apparently that asked her for a drink.
It's going to be super awkward.
I like that someone's chat suggested that Celeste takes the closest bed to Bianca. Just secretly.
So, in the case of Ray, can you do a pause of the recording for a
I
second?
can.
Just for a
I
second.
will do that.
So,
And we're back.
So,
What now?
do we want
Do
to
it.
focus on what you guys find, or are we going to go to this conversation downstairs with this sort of Spanish, sort of French guy?
I think everyone else should probably decide what they're doing for the
Yep.
day.
What are you guys doing for the?
Lorenzo's already sort of tucking
Conked
himself
out?
into. Yeah. He's,
Have you been given a bed of the 2 beds?
he will have been trying to politely allow people to discuss and not claim territory, but he's also like falling asleep as he sits, and
no,
people do.
I will call the biggest fluffiest
At one
bed.
point, it's like I could just go lay on the couch if people.
Pretty sure Lorenzo is being held in place while I change his bloody bandages.
Oh yes.
I have come up with a decision, says Ilio, standing in the middle of the room. It is so simple.
Wonderful.
I can already hear arguments happening, so instead here's what we do. In that bedroom, it's the girls, and in that bedroom, it's the boys.
That's
Works
not
to me.
The worst idea.
Because that's, what, 3 girls to...
You are wise beyond your
4
years.
boys?
you
5 boys.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's
three
not bad.
three
Okay.
girls and 5 boys.
Yes, that
Or
works
6
for me.
boys.
You're very smart, Elio. Great idea.
3, 4. Yeah, 5, because,
Lady.
horse, lady, yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Libero.
So
I say horse is
Elio.
not sharing a
2
bed.
guys.
and so it
There's
is.
a sofa.
Yeah.
And
right?
so it is
Awesome.
done.
Epic.
All the guys are in one bedroom, and the 3 girls get the other one.
I'm taking the fluffiest bed.
The only bed.
Yours.
No, you're sharing with Celeste and
Sharing
Leonie.
up.
Yes.
This is ye old.
The bed, you can lay horizontally, and your feet and head are not reaching the sides.
Okay,
You can
fine,
sleep,
but I'm still
and
on the
you're like
side.
you'd have to fully extend your arms to the left and right to touch the people next to you.
Also, last week we've been basically sharing a couch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Sharing beds is pretty common. Well, if you're all happy, we can
Well,
go
maybe not
downstairs.
for a noble. Maybe she's not used to sharing
What
beds.
are you...
She has her own
with
bed.
with another girl, probably.
Okay,
What are you guys doing
just
for the day?
packing the room. It's the evening. I think we're just getting ready to
Yeah, I think I'll just be
crash.
attending to Lorenzo, anyone else who is injured, which I don't think was anyone, or like even hurt. Then I'll probably see about getting food. Cool. So I'll probably mosey downstairs
Yeah,
at
I
some
guess
point.
we'll kind of go down for food at some point later.
What up?
Yeah. All right, go on.
I'm just reading.
waiting.
I'm reading the quest so I can adequately present you with the information. Well, you did literally walk into the tavern and say, "Who's got a quest?" And then we're surprised when someone's like,
Someone-
"Oh, I have a quest."
Sometimes
Quest.
it pays to
Now that you're asking.
Look, Leona has now forgotten that quests are involved, right?
So, Posted up.
Remember quests normally end in us being bleeding?
He flips a coin over to a man who is standing in the corner. He leads you back downstairs into the bar. Flips a coin over to a man who is posted up at one of those small vertical tables, sort of chest height, the standing tables in the corner of the bar near a window. As soon as the coin flies towards the man, he catches it and the man walks off. And it becomes immediately apparent that he had sort of got a guy to hold him a table. And then he takes you into this corner of the table.
Sick.
He clicks his fingers over towards the bar, and shortly after,
as well.
2 large pints of beer slam onto the table in front of you as it's on his tab. And he sighs and he says, so, my name is Diego. What's your name?
Leone.
Leone, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And do you...
too. I say cheers in my language.
He reaches out a hand.
Sorry, now just
Okay, it says anything or just...
No, like a greeting. Like, he's,
Oh, a handshake.
yeah.
Just like basic social skills.
I
Like we're talking like bottom line.
Like cultural shock, okay?
I stare at it
It's
and
understandable.
lick the tip of his finger.
Just suck on it slightly.
No!
Get the flavour of the last
Please,
meal or something.
no one clip that audio.
I stare at it for a few minutes.
Well, a few seconds before he puts it down. Yeah. Oh, I forget you don't shake hands in Kajet.
Oh, that's what that... Yeah, no.
It's been many years since I've been there. I do miss the beautiful aurora over the sandstorms.
Oh, you have been?
Of course.
Oh.
Anyone worth their salt has sailed the sea to Kajet.
Oh. Again, I say cheers in my language, and I hope we clink glasses.
He actually responds
Oh,
with
sick.
like the customary cheers as he clinks glasses in your language.
Nice.
And he says, so, are you new to... Sort of gestures. The county?
Apple, yeah, that place.
Even
Yes.
Lucevera?
Lucevera, no. We are traveling through. We are headed to insert name here.
I don't think we know.
We
the
don't have
north.
it.
Oh,
as
to the
a
north.
You just know you're heading to the north.
We're
north.
going to a winter retreat, I think was
Yeah.
like the term we were
Yeah,
given.
winter retreat of a noble.
We are headed to the north. Into the mountains.
Very good. So, you were looking for a quest?
Yes, we like to fill time by doing stuff and some coin, you know.
Who doesn't? Yes.
Yes, that's
Do
me.
you have a calling, I'm assuming?
Would I have put my ballista away? Or did I keep it on me pretty much all the time?
Your choice.
right?
Did you leave it in your room or not? It's pretty heavy, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I would have left it in
Okay.
my room.
Ballista to
Also,
have a drink.
my point, I'm just going to remind
Never know it.
this just popped in my head. Jen, not your character, Jen, remember to buy a sling. Cool. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So part of her weapons school is one of the weapons she can get is like a sling, which doesn't need to be set up, packed up, and uses different abilities, but she can sling rocks at people
So
in a
instead of being
pinch.
like, pack
Instead
up.
of,
Yeah.
what do I do? Nothing.
Unpack up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're like 5 silver.
Pretty sure that was basically what I was implying when I said, leave your stuff here and I'll put it somewhere. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Also, this is a ranching and cattle town. Slings are totally available here.
Sick.
So, what are you doing heading north?
Slings and flings.
Well, we all have various purposes. Things to do, I guess.
And yours?
Can't quite remember. It was something important, I know that much. Nice. Take another swig.
You don't seem too committed to your cause.
I'd like to keep some things private, perhaps.
Of course, as any good lady does.
Anyway, what about you?
Me?
Where are you from?
All over the place. I never stay one
Mysterious.
place.
I like it.
Just let me ungrip it. Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
If you say mysterious, I just say a drifter. I like to experience the world. I'm on the hunt for things.
Did you say grifter?
Drifter.
He said drifter.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
you're not there, Bianca.
Sorry, I'm just asking.
Not yet.
She's come down from
That was in my L voice, by the way.
Interesting.
So, I have a quest to, and each, you could say, to find things, to discover things.
Go on.
He leans in a little bit closer and sort of drinks in a way that encourages you to drink. You know, you could sort of like lift a pint together and drink and like get a bit more, having a couple more sips and nestling deeper into the conversation. A couple of bar snacks. He calls over a couple of bar snacks. I'm going to say you small talk a bit as well. And
Sure.
like 15 minutes have passed at this point.
two heads poke around the corner around this point. Sort of staking things out. Take your damn hat off.
So you're all downstairs looking for some food, I'm guessing.
No, they're peering around the corner.
Originally, yes.
Before we go down for
Surreptitiously
food.
spying
They're being
on-
snoops.
And
Yeah.
you see the Diego and Leone leaning across the table having a conversation and a beer
I do be a glass.
with 2 big beer glasses.
My goodness, what do you think they're saying?
Not much from the looks of things. Let's get closer.
With fast fingers, you can also do this, where you have like a conversation and you kind of bounce between the characters.
boink.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
How's fast are your fingers?
So, have you ever? He looks and lowers his voice,
does.
being a bit careful of who could be listening.
Probably sees a feather
Curses.
sticking out.
Have you ever
Shark fins.
wondered
Fella.
who came before?
What do you mean?
I mean, the ruins, the relics, the churches, the place that was before LUCEVERA.
I mean, I suppose I haven't given it too much thought, to be honest.
Well, I do. It consumes me.
Right.
And there are riches to be found in these places.
Ah, I see. So you're more of like a Tomb Raider.
He like looks offended.
Excuse me. It's a common term
I
where
am
I'm
a
from.
procurer of historical artifacts that nobody else wants. I prefer not to pry them from the dead. There are many things underground and in buried places, long since forgotten, that are no longer valued by the people of LUCEVERA.
So more of a how do you say? What's the term? Not architect. Archaeologist. Thank you.
That is a much more fitting term for what I do, yes. I preserve and protect the history of the past.
The Tomb Raider sounds so much cooler, though.
Well, if you prefer to use it, you can call me Tomb Raider.
Over there, do you think she's fumbling in the advances?
It doesn't look like they're flirting.
So,
He just shrunk back in horror. It's not going well.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Not subtle at all with my get up.
Look, we're doing what Leone would have wanted us to.
It's true.
Told me you've created a codependent relationship without telling me.
you have been here not long, yes? In this town?
Yes.
So you probably haven't noticed the odd construction of buildings. I believe Midsboro was built upon the ruins of an ancient fort. The stonework in the foundations of all the buildings are consistent with the perimeter walls and fences that dot the land. They're rubble now, but you can see it. And the old schoolhouse is made of the same stone, bottom to roof. It must have survived from the previous time. And judging from the shape of the building, I have deduced that it was perhaps once, and he lowers his voice to a whisper, perhaps a place of ancient worship.
Interesting.
Now, I happen to be in the need of some able-bodied people, perhaps one with an understanding of engineering, perhaps one that looks like bookish and nerdish and clearly has a physician's bag in case something goes wrong, and perhaps the authority and charm, and he smiles and tries to look all like appeasing, of a member of the Cavaliers of the Crown would open doors for us.
Oh, I understand. I see.
What do you mean?
He doesn't need someone with a big hammer.
No. He doesn't need
Well, you
someone
looked
bleeding
on the
out.
brink of death.
He doesn't think you'll be
Fair
here.
enough, fair enough.
This all sounds very interesting, but how can I trust you? Can you show me some, I don't know, evidence or some something to your name
To imply what?
that you're not trying to trick me and steal all my money?
Well, I would suggest perhaps that if I was asking to hire 3 or 4 of you and you all have weapons, it would be rather difficult for me to overpower you and steal you. But if you want to see proof of my intentions, I cannot bear my heart to you. Perhaps if we have a few more drinks, but well, that's a personal decision for you to make. And he smiles. Leone, as usual, blank-faced engineer lady.
I see. Okay. So basically, if I'm hearing you correctly, you need the help of not only me, but my companions as well.
Yes,
Yes.
you. Very few quests require just one. That would be more of a job. That's what he thinks.
A date.
So, and what do you hope to find something in particular?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Oh, maybe this will suffice.
Oh, God.
You want proof? And he pulls a scroll off his back. He's got heaps of parchments and scrolls
Sure
and
does.
books.
He's making moves.
And he rolls it out on the table.
Poetry.
And you can
Oh,
see
that's savant.
this old scroll. It looks like an ancient drawing of a workshop. It's sort of like, you know, when they did old or certain maps, and they'll draw a map, but then out of scale, they'll draw like the features of the map. So you have, instead of where a town point is, there's sort of an image of what the town is known for. So there's this workshop, and in front of it, you can see what looks to be like a stone golem or automata, and then like a hammer symbol and these tongs, but it's all written in a language you don't understand, and it's very old. And it's like the map clearly has different marks for towns, but he's drawn on this ancient artifact himself in like charcoal, and he's kind of cross-referenced with some rubbings, 2 maps overlaid, and he's marked Midsboro at the point of this place.
Can you? I assume you can't read this. I don't expect him to. I'm just
I
asking.
can read patches, just enough to identify landmarks and piece together this location.
Interesting. Okay.
Can I see if we see this
Sure.
exchanging of
Can
scrolls?
I see them sneaking?
You make so acuity check Leone, challenge level 2. Acuity check the other 2, challenge level 4. You can see that's to see what's the details of what is on the scroll.
No, are we just seeing him show a scroll?
2 as well,
Okay.
but then 4 will get you the details.
Okay.
4
Okay.
successes from me.
Okay, so you see them peering and peeking.
I give Leone the thumbs up.
3.
Cool. So you
So I don't
see
get the
you
details.
see that
But I get a scroll.
Leone's being showed a scroll.
Oh, I'm heading over there. I'm like, he's showing her things. I'm a snoop.
All right. See, I got 2, but I also have disadvantage
Why?
because of a distractable.
Yeah, you do.
Distractible.
He's never done it before, but he does. It'll be slight disadvantage, which is just 1.
This is also the first time I've done acuity indoors, I think.
Yeah. So, you as soon as he sees you stride over as well, he like hastily rolls up the parchment and puts it away.
What is that?
That is a private document.
Wow, so rude, burgeoning into our conversation.
I was actually coming in to check on you. You've been a while.
Sure, yeah. That's what you tell yourself.
Would you like more time?
Oh, I'm trying to change it.
This button.
You want you up on there? I can put you up on there.
There we go, sorry.
Oh, okay, you can put me up on there.
What did you say?
Would you like more time?
No, actually, you were the person we needed anyway.
Oh,
Yeah. What?
I will look at him expectantly. You need me?
He looks
I
up.
need
He
you.
looks you up and down. And he's like, "Maybe I do." And he takes a long sip of his beer.
Arvin just looks confused now.
Be right back. I walk. I go use the bathroom or something.
Okay.
He picks up like a pretzel-ish thing and eats it.
So, what do you need me or her or us for?
A job.
A job.
I wish to gain access to some ancient ruins in town, and I think you might be able to help.
Why?
What do you, I don't want to explain myself twice. I thought the young Gajetti was doing your negotiation for you.
Well, she seems to have disappeared.
Yes,
Buy a drink.
you can buy a drink.
Thanks. I come back with the drink.
Okay.
I give it to Bianca. I slide it over to Bianca.
Hello.
Apparently, you're in the middle of negotiations.
I mean, you came over, so. Anyway, cheers. Oh, the kashish.
He cheers.
I love kashish.
Do you partake?
Politely.
Good.
You know,
I'll hold it.
I don't usually have business offers that I give to people seeking them met with such distaste and superstition and questioning. So
Well, we've only just arrived in town. We have to vet
take your time.
you.
I'll be
you
here
know?
for the next few days, so perhaps come talk to me tomorrow. And he just
Okay,
leans
bye.
back casually. He doesn't go anywhere. He just leans back casually and starts drinking.
Well,
Seeing this Arvin's just like,
Yeah,
and just
come
goes
with
and
that.
gets food.
oh, okay.
If you'd like to get to know me better, I've heard I'm a fantastic dancer after a few drinks.
Is that so?
He just
It's a
smiles.
big claim.
I'm well traveled.
Where are you from?
All over.
You been through Allegrano?
I have an idea.
I've spent many days, months even in Allegrano. It's the capital of this wonderful country.
How about we play a game
Sure.
called 20 Questions, where
Oh my
if
gosh.
We do this every day.
listen, oh, this gets better. Whenever you answer a question or ask a question, you have to drink.
Sure.
Why?
Because why not?
It seems like a very quick way to ensure your questions get sillier and sillier. And
I
you
think-
don't actually gain any information.
Bianca, you're not fun.
Fun?
Why don't you be
This is about a job.
fun?
Jobs are not meant to be fun.
See, I asked you a question.
You do the wrong jobs.
So your idea of a fun job is going to an ancient ruin.
I cannot think of anything better.
And what is stopping you going alone?
Drink.
I'll take a small sip.
What stops me going alone is the
Drink.
fact I'm answering a question, not asking one.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
Enthusiastic.
So, if you want me to drink, you could just ask. And he smiles again in that way.
Kind of like point to her, like I'm trying to get her drunk, not you.
So,
What's up?
what was the
Not judging.
question?
I think I'm getting food for everyone else. Maybe for Libero and Ilio. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
The thrill has gone out from downstairs over here.
I
No
asked.
fun once your whispering partner disappeared.
Yeah. Or like then it just pick up like he looks confused and just like sitting like this, drinking in the
Arvin's
corner
like,
with those two.
"Oh,
We're like
pretzel
apparently
with
arguing
Jason's
together. I'm just
snack."
like, well,
I want to be flirted with by a
Whatever.
strange man.
yeah, maybe.
Arvin arrives upstairs. I have pretzel adjacent snacks.
The question she asked was why he couldn't just go there alone.
Well, for starters, we can cover more ground as a group. I do not know exactly where the entrance is. And for another, I imagine it will be difficult for me to go snooping around a school and find a secret door.
A school.
Yes, the
Drink.
old place of worship. And as she has a little sip, he tips the bottom of her mug up a little bit because I'm assuming there only does like a very
Yeah, doing the
cautious, like
tiniest little
he
one.
like tips the bottom up so it forces you to have a real swig.
It's nasty.
She doesn't play drinking games much.
No.
I don't like to play games.
In fact, you know what? Tell you what. Finish your drinks, everyone. He puts his pint. You guys, your beer is like the third off finished. It's
Yeah,
just
great.
a beer.
Like
And then he
ale.
cheerses and downs his drink.
Hajit.
Why?
Because we're playing this game, yes? You do not play it with beer.
Okay.
Do you drink it?
Reluctantly.
Peer pressure on stream fictional characters. Yeah.
He puts his hand up, clicks his fingers again
She's
to get
out
his
of her
attention.
depth.
And he's just like, whiskey, leave the bottle.
Heck yeah, let's go.
And they bring a bottle of spirits onto the table and 3 small glasses.
Look, really, if we're talking jobs,
Pour,
I
pour.
don't think this is smart.
This is the best way to start a business
The
arrangement.
best negotiations are made over drinks.
When you know someone when they're drunk, you know they're true person.
Oh,
So, my turn to ask a question. To you, Bianca, was it? Have you ever had fun in your life? And then he slams a shot.
Yo.
That is not at all related.
These
You can't ask that kind of question. I thought we were doing.
there are no rules about this. Yes, we are getting to know each other as business associates.
Seriously, Leonie.
Hey, you get to ask a question next, so.
Also, I'm pretty sure,
I've
seriously,
had fun.
Leonie had a question mark on the end.
I've had fun.
Care to elaborate?
That
What
was
does a
another
cavalier of the
question,
crown?
wasn't
He pours himself another one and shots it. What does a cavalier of a crown, slurring slightly as the very strong whiskey hits his mouth, consider fun?
Riding my horse.
Ah, horse girl. I've known a few in my time.
I'm sure you have.
She's very confrontational this morning.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to get to the bottom of things. This is not normally the way I get to the bottom of things.
It's a fantastic way to get to
And
the
I
bottom
look
of
at the
this.
bottom of
And
the
he lifts So, you have questions? Or you just keep playing?
I would just keep playing.
Leonie, not a question. Tell me what this gentleman told you about the job, because he's clearly not going to.
Technically, that is a question.
He's
but
Not a
He
question.
pours. He pours your
I
glass.
can answer your question, but you have to
It's
drink
not-
first.
It's a demand.
So is mine. If you want to partake in this conversation, you have to play the game.
And you fill her in?
Well, I deliberately
Fill her in and fill her up.
vaguely fill her in.
Oh, you keep some details away?
I'm
Not
like trying to
every- but not
concentrate.
everything. So
I'm,
basically
like,
just saying,
very
yeah, there's a
vague.
job, it's in town, there's a rumor, this, but I don't fill in all the details.
oven.
Yeah,
say that?
involves
Yeah,
probably
okay.
3 people, including Diego here.
It could use someone with some backbone as well if you've got someone.
Who would you know?
I don't know anyone in the.
Drink.
I want to play this game in real life.
Yeah, this is good.
Maybe not with whiskey. Maybe we'll do like wine. But
Start with water, maybe.
And 20 questions slowly turns
Stupid
into
rules.
100.
But I'm not a rule breaker, so I will do it.
so after,
Not a rule breaker.
can I get you all to make a resistance check? Challenge level 2.
Here it comes. Oh, I'm not good at these.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Whoa.
Yo.
All
What
right,
did you get?
One.
You both
Leone.
got one.
I'm going to use a nat.
You using
Are
that?
you sure?
Yo.
Really?
Nah, it's all right.
Yeah, come on.
You
You both. So this is just the first challenge over 2. You were both. We ask a few more silly questions.
Sure.
Go play this game that we've been playing. Annoyingly dodging the important details. After about 15, 20 minutes. And also it starts to get spread out. The questions divide into conversation as you eat and drink and maybe loosen up a little, maybe not. That's up to you. He certainly seems to be loosening up. The 2 of you become tipsy at this point. Not drunk, just tipsy. He still seems pretty sober.
Okay.
Or at least that he's holding his liquor very well.
Yeah.
Although, from your perspective, you probably can't tell that because when
tell,
you're
yeah.
drunk, it's really hard to tell when other people are or aren't drunk.
Okay, next question.
Yes.
Why do you have so many scrolls?
Because I carry and curate and protect history.
History.
That's
The
pretty
past.
important.
There are so many things we have forgotten, and he talks more to Leone than the Cavalier at this
History a
time.
question.
And so many things we are told to forget.
Maybe there's good reason for that.
There is for no man to tell me what I can and cannot learn.
What about a
Knowledge.
woman?
Oh, you know.
That's a question.
I have a question.
Tiny voice in my head telling me it's a question.
You have to drink. And then he says, you know, I think deep down, every man is just yearning for a woman to tell him what to do.
Well, maybe some dreams can never be achieved for some.
Well, I don't know what the life of a cavalier is like, but I live my dreams every week. So. I love that everything he says is like the exact thing to make Bianca like, this guy sucks and he's gross and he's gross. And
I don't know
gross.
what's annoying her more, the character or me.
I have a question.
Yes.
I drink. Bianca, have you ever learned how to dance?
That's an odd question.
By the way, by now the sun has gone down. Food is being well served, and there is a bard beginning to set up and play music. As I said, this is a large tavern. There's a lot of people in here.
They're playing that
All
bard
the
music.
stockmen and workers at the end of the day come here and eat and drink. In fact, some of the party from you guys is definitely downstairs eating and drinking as well.
Nice. I mean, I'm from nobility, Leonie. Of course I know how to dance. There's
Roll insight.
parties and things.
I give the eyes to Jaeger. I'm like,
Is that your question?
I think she has something stuck in her eye.
Oh, yeah.
So, how do you feel about doing this job with me at this stage?
It sounds intriguing. Also sounds
He drinks.
possibly illegal.
I don't know about illegal. I think there aren't many laws to cover it. No one owns or protects what's down there. It's just finding entrance. And, if people with the authority to gain access to places and search them, well, it's not really a crime, is it?
how long? I drink. How long do you think the job will take us to finish? Theoretically, of course.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I did ask before, do you have someone strong that could help out? I imagine there will be lots of, well, let's say my experience, old stone doors often require encouragement to open.
I drink.
There is a physician, as we might have heard, or a healer of some kind, then we potentially could have someone very strong very
They are
soon.
very. What is the opposite of risk averse?
Drink.
I did. Is that going to be a problem?
And again.
Drink again.
Snarky side of it coming out.
He leans in and smiles like cheekily at you, reconnecting to the old bit of conversation. He's like,
Didn't I just tell you that some men just yearn to be told what to do by a woman? If he's risk averse, he sounds like a pussycat, and I guarantee you just tell him what to do and he'll do it.
She said the opposite to risk averse.
The opposite
I think
of
she was
risk averse.
implying
Sorry.
he gets into trouble.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to say what is the
oh,
opposite
right.
to risk averse.
Okay, well then, Kaibo, crack that.
Sorry.
Then he
Damn, I
says, then he says,
Same thing again.
Wonderful. It's always good to have someone smash through head first. You never know what traps can be down there.
I look at him, even though I'm now probably quite tipsy. Does he have any type of weapon or thing on him?
make an acuity check with disadvantage.
Oh, no advantage for you this time.
Do you usually have advantage? Oh,
Yeah,
'cause
'cause acuity check.
Right. Disadvantage because you're drunk.
Is it minus a die or just minus a
It's you
success?
re-roll up to 2. As a slight disadvantage, so it's re-roll 1.
One
So you roll.
success.
If you get a success, you have to re-roll
I
one of
see,
them.
yeah.
Challenge level 2.
3 successes, you got reroll.
You're fine.
One,
Cool.
You got
You're fine.
Yes, you do see that he has a few, like amongst his tools and implements, he has a rather fierce-looking dagger.
Okay. Maybe.
Do
you have someone?
you think that this, whatever we uncover here, it will be of use to the town to know about, or is it more of use to you?
Oh, it is 100% for me. And any loot we get down there, we can share the spoils.
Payment?
The spoils. I have invested weeks, nay months of my life into investigating this, cross-referencing and bringing the information together to find one of the rare treasure troves. Many of them are nothing. This one, I believe, is the real deal. And if we can find it, and we don't even need to risk ourselves. If we will know upon finding the door, if it is sealed, there will be value inside. If it is not sealed, if it's broken, no bother. If it is sealed, though, there will be wealth inside.
Well, I suppose someone higher up should have a look over it, right? Inventory check.
It would only be the right thing to do, right?
Someone responsible.
So what you're saying is you'd like to join me on my endeavor?
Are you staying in town or are you?
Yeah, I'm staying in town. Look, I think if we take a couple of days to...
Drink.
No, we're like
Yeah, you guys are like, and he.
They're done.
I'm going to do another roll, challenge level,
All of us? Or?
challenge level 3.
Whoa.
He's still holding his liquor. He's
Is it
still a little bit
acuity?
tipsy, but no, it's resistance.
Oh, resistance.
Glad.
Bianca's happy.
That's
What
too
did you
small
get?
for
I know.
yeah. So Leone has managed to hold herself at that stage of being quite tipsy. Bianca is now edging drunk. Like you're slurring your words and you're
her
getting a
hat-
little bit
Her
shaky.
hat is slightly
Are you
tilted.
also kind of like,
Bianca, like-
this looks great.
Has Bianca like been drunk much?
I feel like maybe only once.
Yeah.
And it
Maybe
was
not
like a
drinking games.
very big thing to hide it
Yeah.
from
Oh.
any like
Yeah.
you know, higher ups or parents or anything. And
Yeah.
she was like, never again.
So it's like, racked with shame and.
Yeah, it's not.
But you're
it
in
does
an
not
environment
happen.
where there's like no judgment and.
And music.
Yeah. Maybe this is sort of funny,
If
guys.
there's like a lull in conversation, she'll be like,
I have a rules question for the devs. A sweeping success is
5 or more dice.
5 or more dice.
Yes.
So if she used a knack on her 4,
No.
no.
doesn't count because
No,
it's not
you
a
have to roll 5 dice.
5 dice
Okay.
and then all be successes. And then a critical sweeping success is with 7 or more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes, to answer your question.
What was the question?
You want...
shall we call it a pact? And he offers his hand out to shake.
I'll inspect his hand to make sure it's clean.
It's clean.
His hands to the right.
I somehow also
All 3 of you at
So
once.
he in turn shakes your hand.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the bottle, which is almost empty. And then he says, and he gets up and there's the music playing. And he's like,
Would anyone care for a dance?
Drink.
and he just he finishes the bottle. He finishes
Like
the
straight
bottle.
in the corner, but like, drink.
And I'll say, well, let's see what you can do first.
He is
If you're
going
capable
to.
and worthy to dance with a cavalier.
he flops it or he succeeds. I need
He,
to know.
Right on the desk.
Diego starts walking backwards, like leading as if he's leading, and as the music plays, he just starts like rolling his shoulders in time with it, in a way that is genuinely enticing. Like he just immediately
yeah.
like becomes the groove.
Mate, you're described as a time adult. I get it.
Music?
And he basically also like, even as the music
not spaghetti.
changes, you can see he's like blending elements of different like
Interesting.
major dance style. Like this is like, you've seen ballroom and
Yeah, not
noble
the type
dancing,
of dance that I'm used to.
but you can see he's combining elements of it in a way that's actually like really like, oh, that's kind of novel and exciting.
Yeah.
So he's got this real energy to his dance that's like, people in the tavern are like turning and looking and opening a space for him as he moves up to the dance floor. There's other people dancing.
I want to get behind Bianca and push her to
Yeah. Can I sneak?
Sneak.
To go behind you,
Make
Bianca,
a
and
sleight
push
of
her.
hand check.
Why?
An acuity check, Bianca.
Why?
Oh, that's a
There it
sweeping
is.
success.
Yeah,
That's a sweeping success.
Yeah, let's go.
Do I have like
get a
disadvantage
spirit?
for being drunk?
No, not on this.
I think you're in trouble.
Because you're both drunk, it cancels itself out.
Wow,
So Leone discreetly shoves you forward a few steps towards Diego, who takes that as an advance and takes your hand.
Okay.
I also just wanna,
Okay.
what's the
You get a spirit.
well there's also the player performs their action with dramatic flair.
Oh yeah, perform with
And
dramatic
dance-
flair. How do you do it?
To do a little dance
I
push.
pick up my foot as I push her.
Push.
Not at like
I just
pop my
love the
foot
idea
back.
that you like roll in a spin accidentally and like land in his
Oh,
chest.
I 100% like twirl you out.
I feel like my hat falls off, and you see her like her hair kind of out and messy for like the first part. Not like it's still in the plait, but like you know,
No,
like
it falls out.
like hat hair. I mean, if you want to take the figure out,
The plot is out. Bam! Bam!
She let
Wow.
her hair down.
Plot twist.
Boy.
For some reason, I just imagine the plait goes out and it just goes like.
Probably a little bit. There's always.
We don't have dance music.
So
From the other side of the tavern, Arvin looks up from like over the top of like a roast chicken. Is just like,
You're like got a newspaper.
make a coordination roll with slight disadvantage. Actually, you were toasted drunk with full disadvantage.
Chorus of trumpets.
Really?
Yeah, it's a coordination roll and you're drunk.
yo.
So you re-roll 2
But-
successes.
As Bianca,
Yeah.
given history.
That you're good at dancing. Okay, you can have slight disadvantage instead, but you are drunk.
We did ask if she learned how to dance before, and she said yes.
Yeah, but
I 100% agree with the disadvantage.
Okay, so slight disadvantage is reroll
re-roll 1
success.
success. How many dice do you get on this coordination check? And you're arguing
Oh,
about
damn.
that is your dance experience. That's in the dice.
Got this,
Wow.
girl.
I
Mess
roll
it up.
really bad.
Oh my god, we're
Mess
about to
it
be
up.
wowed. The
stuff up.
crowd is gonna part.
Oh my god!
Girl!
Well done.
Was that your
Reroll
re-roll of a
one.
success?
No, reroll 1. You still got
5
5.
successes.
Hot damn!
He pulls you into a 2-person dance, like not an intimate one, like a lot of the dances where
I
you sort
really
of arms
wish I
length
had like a
apart.
Spanish like
Yeah, you need.
And you, Leone, and anyone else who's downstairs, because even Lorenzo could be if he's having dinner,
Yeah.
see in this moment of drunkenness, in this like disarmed state, with this dance, and especially with dance that's inspired by like Latin roots, like it's very emotional. It's very like led from the heart, the soulful dancing. And to your great surprise with that, you actually got the exact same number of successes. You sync up like partner and lead
Oh my god.
perfectly, and you start dancing in ways you've never danced before, and like it's energetic, it's fun. Everyone in the tavern starts to try and emulate the dance that the two of you are like leading a flock of maybe 8 or 10 people. This is a tavern in medieval times. It's not like a club. The musician starts bouncing off, and for the next hour or whatever, you guys are like having a riotous, fun
I think this
dancing
is-
time.
It's like the loosest Bianca's ever been. She's,
We ain't ever seen the same.
but she seems to be like enjoying herself and losing herself in the music a bit.
Whoa, this is so fun.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like not like looking at you guys or noticing or anything. She's just dancing.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if Elia comes down, dance with Elia.
He's probably in bed.
Nah.
Cool. So, at any point during this, do you give any drunken indication that you're interested in this Diego fellow?
I don't think so. Nothing specifically towards him. It's
Cool.
all kind of all about like
This
the
moment.
The
music
experience?
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the dancing. Like she's trying to match the dancing, but it's like she's lost herself for a little bit in herself.
He, at no point in this entire time, even drunk, and he buys more drinks, and you guys keep drinking, and I'm sure Leone gets up there in some capacity, whether it's standing around the outside.
Oh,
or-
actually, are you staying downstairs or have you gone upstairs?
No, I'm downstairs.
He's not leaving.
I go wander over to you, and I assume you're sitting at a table or standing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably sitting there having eaten probably half a drink and probably watching. Like, I imagine people also like,
Oh gosh,
So, like,
yeah,
yeah,
there's like a
just
circle.
clapping
Of people.
along.
It's the number one entertainment of the bar.
yeah, I'm into that. Like, I'm not being assassinated. I have a good meal, and one of my friends is like smiling, just weird. So I'm into it.
Okay.
Hey,
Hello.
I see you have thrown Bianca under the cart.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Well done.
Remember this night because she's gonna really regret it tomorrow morning.
She's not going to remember it.
I just wanted to fill you in on the details. I fill Arvin
Cool.
in on basically everything that has happened.
I get more details than Bianca did.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
with that, what you said, that at no point in this evening, more drinks, dancing, even intimately dancing, like some of them are close numbers, at no point do you get a single hint of anything untoward appropriate. He doesn't even make an advance. He doesn't even try. He literally just facilitates fun. And anytime your posturing or your gesture is kind of seems like you maybe want space in that moment, you get it. anytime you are comfortable to not have that space, it's taken in the dance and it's all good. So he's completely a gentleman in regards to that.
I also don't think she'd be aware of advances at this point.
Well, men can have a habit of just macking on people, and that's kind of a pretty obvious advance.
Yeah.
I'm just
good
pointing
to
out
know.
because everyone else can observe that too. Like he's
pretty
very much
genuine.
creating a fun atmosphere. You've
Great.
drunk a lot. He's not being weird about it.
Yeah.
Anytime I do the accent like this, everyone thinks I'm going to be a pervy freak.
Oh, a charming Spanish gentleman.
So the night kicks on.
I think if Bianca does like stop for a moment enough to see you guys still there, she'll say, "Arvin, come dance." Leonie, show me Courgette moves.
Would you like to?
Come on.
I'm good.
I'll come over and I'll put my hat on
Yeah,
your
I'll line
head.
up for you. Thank you.
But this kind of break in the moment, he goes, "I have the perfect thing." He's a little bit tipsy now, and he's like, "Give me a minute." And he runs up, steps up on the small stage, hands the fiddler a coin, and starts talking to him for a second. And then, in a surprise to everyone, he actually takes the fiddle, and then he
That's
begins
breaking
playing.
rules.
He begins playing a little bit drunkenly, a little bit swangly. He begins playing a traditional Courgette
Of course he
dance
does.
song.
Of course he does.
This guy.
And he's dancing the steps. It's a lot more rigid steps and structure to it. And he's kind of moving around while playing the things. And he's like, "Get up, dance, come on.
I don't know this one.
Neither do I.
Follow my
Come on.
steps."
Come on, teach us.
And does Leone
Sure.
dance?
Really awkwardly, but sure.
Cool.
Still wearing my cavalier hat.
Sure. If you let me.
Fine. I'll give you an honest truth. When I'm alone upstairs, I am not secretly practicing dance. I am awful. You will do fine. Come on, show us.
You start
A
dancing.
boogie on the dance
Yes.
floor.
You too,
Yeah.
Arvin. And you all get out there
Probably awfully.
and you have a good night.
I
And
would say like,
the night,
All left knees.
the evening blurs into memories, and at a certain time, the fiddle is put down. At a certain time, everyone posts up home, and stools are being put up on counters. And
I've lost my hat.
Diego looks at the three of you gathered at the staircase, ready to head upstairs, and he says,
Good to know the people I'm doing business with. We will talk more. Perhaps tomorrow night. I think I need to sleep a long time.
You're a man of your word. You do fun.
You did.
You do fun. That's a great quote. Love that.
Slow turn, raised eyebrows at Bianca.
I'm trying to be. She's trying to be very like she's trying to hold herself up, and very posh.
and he looks at Arvin, and he's like,
And for you, I'm sorry.
and then he smiles and whispers at Arvin, and he's like,
I have never been with two women so difficult to woo. It must be a nightmare.
There is a bucket I've already tested upstairs. It holds liquids very well.
Now I understand why you haven't. Good night, everyone.
Amazing.
What?
and he just
Yes, good night to you too.
and he walks off mumbling about a man with no cock.
Literally 3 P's in a pod.
Yeah,
I assume Marvin helps us
neurodivergent
upstairs.
party.
Yeah, and corral them like cattle back to the room, I guess.
They start filing you, like neating your paperwork or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, that's amazing.
Cool. And you all go to sleep.
Yay.
That's them acting. That's what their characters say as they face plant.
They could be.
Now, what kind of rest will you be taking in this town?
I have one
Well, I
kind
assume
of
that's
drunken.
interesting.
burning the midnight oil if it's
Not necessarily.
1
Not
a.m.
if you. Depends on what type of rest you're taking. If you're taking
I
a
would
recuperate,
really like to recuperate, please.
then
sir.
you're not.
We don't have the list. So
It's recuperate or
yeah, we do.
long rest. Basically deciding you're staying for a few days or you're staying for one night. If
I
you're staying
think
for a
we-
few days, how are you dealing with accommodation?
We're staying for a few days because of Lorenzo.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in the meantime, we just do long rests. Is that right?
No, you just do a recuperate action. However, in this instance, I'm going to say that instead of taking the action for the you can all restore all your stats and everything, but instead of picking an action from the list, it will be your time spent working this quest.
Okay.
So basically, instead of working a job, you have to you have to like uncover clues, follow trails, make map markers. Like you basically spend those days. We don't have to role play at all, but you can spend that days gathering the basic intel and cross-referencing it with Diego to get an exact action plan to begin the quest.
Sounds great.
There's a lot of work involved.
Does it come with the paid part of the long
You
rest?
will receive pay at the end of the quest. No, this is instead of doing that.
Yeah, okay. And you said all our stats go up, but like our health and spirit
You
and
get
stuff.
full health, spirit, and you get full knack and grit as well.
But I have 1 health now.
Yes.
So it'd be correct to assume that
It'll also cost you silver to stay at the place for another 2
Yeah.
nights.
worked it out.
Yeah.
When the GM asks the party, are you staying for a long rest or
Or-
recuperate?
yeah,
it's
multiple
basically, are you staying for one night or are you going to spend the time to like fully heal?
Yeah. Because it's the difference between like you wake up, you check out, you leave, or you don't have to check out. You can sleep as long as you need to recover. You eat, you rest, So recuperate is making the choice of I'm going to take some downtime here.
Well, I can pay for the second night, so that's
I can pay for the third.
40 silver.
We hit the T button and we decide how long we wait.
I'm like now
reference.
uninjured, but still low health.
It's 3 nights.
And it doesn't touch spirit or anything
Okay, I'll pay
else.
for
So
it.
So is this okay?
if we're about to go somewhere risky, I'm still a high risk level.
But are we on
So-
the day after the?
This is the.
Or are you
it's
skipping
been
3 days?
3 days.
Which is recuperate.
Oh, so we don't have
Yeah.
to talk about that. That's great. Wonderful.
Do we want to?
No, you should if you want to talk about it. You should talk about it.
about what?
You can role play anything over the course of the
What-
3
what
days.
are we talking
What happens the
about?
next,
next
morning,
morning.
when Bianca wakes up with a headache?
Hey,
It's probably still in her uniform.
hey, Bianca.
Do we want to rest one more long rest so I can get some HP one more night? I know
For
that
4 nights, is that?
Yeah.
I don't think.
How hurt were you?
I have 1 HP. I was just injured. So recuperate lets me recover from injury. That's all. So I have 1 HP. That's all I'm
But
saying.
we've done it 3 times.
No, you've done it once.
No.
Recuperate takes
3
multiple
nights
days.
is
These multiple days. Right.
Are you paying?
I can be in more debt.
Does
pay
Rivera,
back.
Celeste, Elio, well not Elio, Lady, do they have any?
Coin.
Yeah.
Well, the Barrow can pay for 1 night.
Okay,
If
so
you
he
wanna stay
can
a
pay
4th
for the
night.
4th night. Okay.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Hey.
Your face,
Are we-
I
are we
imagine, is
doing
just
that?
right.
Lock it in?
Yeah, just do it.
Yep.
It's been 4 days.
Cool.
Don't look at me. Really.
How you
I like pull
feel?
my hat over
How are you
my head.
feeling? Do you need some water?
Wonderful. Yes, please.
The bucket's over here.
You're telling me the one night I go to sleep early is the night you all partied?
That's usually how these things go, yes.
Oh, I always miss out.
Sorry.
It's like you don't want me around sometimes.
I kind of actually it's
Celeste
really mean to
says
say.
for those listening to the
I thought
podcast.
it was
That's Celeste.
Who do you think it was?
I thought it was lady.
No, lady's more like, I'm
Yeah.
lady.
they more like
Lady's more like this.
I thought you were partying with you.
You probably wouldn't know what Celeste sounds like. You've never talked to her.
You actively steer us away from
No, I
talking to
haven't.
her because you don't know her voice.
No, it was very funny that for like 15 episodes, every time she had the opportunity to talk to you, you guys did something else.
Everyone made their way downstairs. I assumed she was staying.
No, just a lot of people did.
Well, Bianca, without even like lifting her hat off, just points at Celeste's voice and goes, "You look like you would be very good at dancing."
I tell you what. You know
that's a
what?
compliment.
She's a tight cuddler.
I'm sorry.
Okay, my hat comes up. Me?
So confused.
Oh, she wasn't latched onto you all night.
No, I sleep at the end of the bed, kind of like a dog or
I was in the
cat.
middle, and she rolled over, and it was like having a little hot bottle.
in your bed?
No,
That's
it's
not lady.
No one changed the picture.
Oh,
Maybe it's false, you don't know.
I was
That's
looking
the
at.
visual man.
I am.
You gotta go to the audio.
I know.
I would
know
have changed
you
it, but don't
said-
have Celeste.
Here we go.
Where is
Done,
it?
done,
Oh, it's
done,
called
done,
Pilot.
done,
Pilot's
done,
very
done.
good.
Pilot,
now
yeah,
I've-
she doesn't have a
sorry.
name.
I apologize.
Wow, no wonder we haven't talked to her.
Don't tell anyone that. Okay?
I just did.
No one else.
Just between everyone in this room.
Well, anytime you want to, I'm happy to. I mean,
I will tell
Ladies got to stick together.
I suppose.
I guess a noble like you probably haven't shared too many beds with friends and stuff.
Is that something you do regularly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Girls in dorms all the time.
Yeah.
I've shared more bed with women than I have with men. Well, that would be pretty easy, actually. It's 0, if you're wondering. And then she...
It is. We don't need to know. It's okay.
I thought we were getting along. Well, I'm going to go set up. And she walks out of the room.
I have a very bad headache.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
I blame you for this.
Hey, you had a good night. You don't blame me for anything.
Yeah, I don't really have like an in on this conversation, or do I
No.
think I want? I
No.
might actually follow Celeste out, see if she just wants someone to talk to.
Out in the living room, there's multiple people and ladies standing there. And
Oh, was this in the girls' room?
that was in the girls' room.
Okay,
and
then I'm
ladies
not
just like,
in there.
I like to think
You could be
horses
That was the
are there as
worst
well.
sleep I've had in so long. Absolutely rubbish. What do they make these things out of? Fat. And yes, you can hear him from the other room.
It's down. It's the duck
I can't
feathers.
sleep without a horse.
You're welcome to sleep outside.
Usually I got the rise and fall of her beautiful chest under my head. Nothing's better.
I did think you were quite cuddly.
I was cuddly.
You're searching for the horse.
Well, I wouldn't have found it on you.
Well, my apologies.
Look, there's 6 of us in the bed. It was a tight squeeze, all right? We're lucky Elio didn't piss it.
He's much older than that.
I don't know.
And
I
he
don't really
does
know any kids. I
very
thought they
well.
all just did it.
You would
That's
think that
not
the horse
Elio if
has
he
the
has
same
to within
problem.
his shot.
Excuse you, I cannot remember the last time I've pissed my bed.
Still wrong.
I know how to use a chamber pot, unlike you gentlemen who do not know how to empty the chamber pot. It was overflowing this morning, and the boys are like having a little bicker over their like
I
bed
closed
situation.
the door to the girls' bedroom. As soon as you close it, Bianca goes,
Do not tell anyone about the dancing. Okay?
Oh.
Leone winks.
No. Seriously. This is
Okay,
a
okay,
serious,
but then
serious thing.
But then you owe me
My
a favor.
father
But then you
would
owe-
like-
But then you owe me a favor.
What?
Just one. Well, I'll think of it one day.
Oh, an ongoing one.
Go.
But now I can finally say that you are no longer no fun. You are fun.
Thanks.
But yes, I will be asking a favor from you at some point at some time, and I will call upon that favor.
I hope with your attention span you forget.
Man, Bianca's just kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
she is. That's what she is.
Okay, take back the fun.
Well, we-
thing.
Business is normal.
We've gotten hints. We've gotten hints of a less bitchy person, maybe.
Maybe.
Can I roll for how bad my hangover is?
Oh, God. Do we
We've
have to
got
roll?
4
Wait,
days.
after
You've just role played the next morning.
Yeah, it's fine.
We've also just
You've had
decided
multiple days.
Yeah, 4 days. You're fine.
Okay, so now we're skipping to the 4th day. Is
I
that
think
it?
we're like it's now the day that we're all ready to set off.
Yeah.
I'd say like on that last, we had a long
You
rest.
can
but
all
there would have
gain
been-
an
There would have been a
Yay.
There would have been a day that I was able to actually sort of join in on
And
the
meet.
preparations and meet. Yeah,
What am
meet.
I writing?
XP.
Meet Diego, and yeah, I guess we're all sort of heading out for breakfast on the big day.
Diego.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's 10:30, so I don't think we should start.
I don't know where Diego is.
I honestly think that we don't.
Bring back Diego.
It's like a good spot to start next time.
and the credits roll.
Bring back Diego.
Diego.
Look at his face.
How, what's he doing?
Diego.
How is he the next day?
Diego was fine. Well, you didn't see him. You probably didn't see him the next day.
My moustache turned into spaghetti.
We will find this special ruins.
Every time.
I am at the Tomb Raider.
Every time.
Do you know what else is the Raider?
Our Raiders who raided us
people
tonight
who
on
raided
Twitch
us on
because we
Twitch.
live stream on Twitch.
That was so fun.
And this is going on YouTube, so you know.
Thank you for raiding us. Welcome
And thank you to patrons as they go past.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, patrons. Bianca will dance them out.
Noble dancing. I don't know how to noble dance, guys.